questions. Now you're gonna steal my microphone too.
Okay, Big Daddy. We all know you've been on Jerry Springer. We've heard of all the guys and the numerous superstars that are in WWF, the old WCW, and also ECW that you've worked with. How do you see them making it, to superstardom as an icon like Hollywood Hulk Hogan?
I don't want to talk about Hulk Hogan. I don't want to talk about the World Wrestling Federation. I want to talk about the Guardian of Chaos. Let me throw out some of the names out there that these people with the brain of a dehydrated baby, some of the wrestlers that they've heard of. I've worked with Rikishi, Yokozuna, The Rock, Bret the Hitman Hart. The list goes on and on. Jerry the King Lawler, Superfly Jimmy Snuka. The Guardian of Chaos is the manager to the stars. I've worked with them all. You've seen me on Jerry Springer. You've seen me on E! Entertainment Television. And now I'm here on SportsWire. So those are some of the, I work with all stars. The matches that we're in are championship matches. 75 to 80% of my guys are main eventers. They're guys that are under developmental contract with the World Wrestling Federation, or they're former professional wrestling legends. Like I know some of the people out there, I can tell by some of the people out there and their tender age, that they must know who Killer Kowalski is, and Bruno Sammartino. I've worked with the legends like that. So the Guardian of Chaos is here. We're here for the 5-year anniversary show. I got a lot of information to throw out there. I know you guys have some questions. Don't look at me like that. You're looking at me like I'm an extra big man. And I'm never. Do you want the microphone? I want to know how come these three guys get their own microphones and the three of us have to share one. And listening to Big Vinny, I have to wear a raincoat because he's spitting everywhere. What are you laughing at, kid? This isn't funny. Don't make me come up and
Tell everyone out there, especially Big Vinny, who's an aspiring amateur wrestler, and all the amateur wrestlers out there, how they can get to a spot where you are, where you've worked with the big-time wrestlers, where you've actually been backstage at WWF SmackDown, met with Shane McMahon, worked with all of these guys. How can you start on that road?
Well, it's nice to see that you did your homework. Big Daddy has been around. I've gotten 3 phone calls in the last 2 years from the World Wrestling Federation. I've talked to Jim Ross. I've talked to the Pritchard brothers. I talked to Bobby the Brain Heenan back in '94, J.J. Dillon. They know who I am. I've worked with all the stars. And speaking of stars, I want to let everyone know that I have some shows coming to Connecticut sometime soon. Mark this one down on your calendar, and I expect you all to be there. April 26th, Northeast Wrestling shows up at Sacred Heart University in Fairfield. On the bill that night in the World Wrestling Federation will be Jerry the King Lawler. Also, his son, Grandmaster Sexay Brian Christopher. Also from ECW, Julio Pinero, Christian York, Joey Matthews, Tiger Khan, my lady Mike Weapon, this goes on. Somebody stop me because I can go on and on. And also in a special grudge match that night, Sacred Heart's own Johnny Heartbreaker, who I personally don't like. He looks like a Chippendales dancer. I don't like him. And he will be facing a man under my tutelage, Crippler Kevin Landry, at a special grudge match. So April 26th, Northeast Wrestling at Sacred Heart University. Everybody better show up because it's going to be a big show. Also, May 25th, from the Hammond, Indiana Civic Center, it's rumored to be on pay-per-view, the World Wrestling Zone. The Road Warriors, Jeff Jarrett, Buff Bagwell, Terry Funk, Juventud Carrera, and the Guardian of Chaos, Legion of Doom, Animal and Hawk. So, mark down your money. Income housing area here in Hampton, Connecticut. And I know that you people out there probably make about $500 a year, not like myself, who's up in 6 digits. Well, let's go. Ask some questions. I haven't heard anything from here. No evil, see no evil, speak no evil over here. Are you trying to say that I look bigger on camera? Is that what you're trying to say? I lost 70 pounds. I was 325 pounds. So when you say big, what do you mean? There's a lot of women out there. I don't want to get too crazy. So you clarify your question here. I already am a celebrity. We already cleared that up, I thought. Who gave you that haircut, kid? You do look a little bit like Harry Potter.
I've heard a lot of rumors on the internet that you got a big story, a big beef with the World Wrestling Federation about a certain somebody that maybe stole something from you. You want to elaborate on that?
Well, it's nice to see that you're also doing your homework here on SportsWire, the 5-year anniversary show up there. Now, what was wrong with having me here on the first anniversary, or the second, or the third, or the fourth? You wait to the fifth, and then you have every bum in New Haven out in front of you. The New Haven Ravens, the New Haven Ninjas, those are second-rate organizations in a second-rate state, in a second-rate town, on a second-rate show. And now that you have me here, I can see the crowd is filling up. All the ladies are here to see Big Daddy. And now back to your story. Don't interrupt me, son. Don't interrupt me. Kid's got verbal diarrhea here. Now, getting back onto your question, back in 1994, I sent my resume, had interviews, and had tryouts with the World Wrestling Federation. J.J. Dillon was the VP of Public and Talent Relations back then. I sent my resumes, I had some interviews. I was always the guardian of chaos, Big Daddy. Now, Kevin Nash, back then, was known as Diesel. He was the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion. He was always known as Diesel. He was never known as anything else. And then 6 months after my interview, and my resume, and my tapes, and my name, Kevin Nash, a.k.a. Diesel, all of a sudden became what? It doesn't matter what you say. Sorry about that, Rocky. He became Big Daddy Cool. All he did was put the cool on the end of the moniker, and then I think it's awfully ironic. There's a lot of coincidence. Big Daddy, 6 months later, Big Daddy Cool. You people figure it out. I smell something burning, so you must be thinking. So what else do you have for the Guardian of Chaos? Let me give up. Shut up, son. Don't make me come back here because I will. I want to give out my email to everyone out there, and whether you email me or not, I really don't give a damn. It's chaosbigdaddy@webtv.net, and for all you morons who can't spell chaos, it's CHAOS bigdaddy@webtv.net. Email me. I probably won't respond, but you can email me anyway. How come you got your hands folded? Are you closed to this conversation? Do you know why I hang out with 2 other people? Do you know why I hang out with 2 other people? Why? Because in case a conversation breaks out, I don't have to be involved. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hey, put your head down for a second. Do you use that Ronco spray? Now, when you go out in the rain, does it drip down the back of your neck? Is that real? This kid's wearing a toupee, I think. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mess up your hair. I didn't mean to mess up your hair. You got enough hair coming out of your ears. Hey, what are you laughing at? Your nose hairs are so long you can braid them. Anything else for the Guardian of Chaos? You're running about 25 minutes behind, and you had the audacity to show a video before you called me back up here? So you got me up here. I'm missing the UConn game, so ask me some questions about professional wrestling. Anybody in the audience?
I have a question.
You have a question? I'm surprised.
Is there any wrestler that you've met, like, behind the stage over the years that you would just like to beat up, like, for real in the ring at all, that you just can't stand so much?
Well, first off, I don't like anybody. I hate everybody equally. I am an equal opportunity hater. But someone that I've had a long-standing running feud with is a current World Wrestling Federation superstar right now, and that's Rikishi. Over the last year or so, I've been in the ring with him 3 times. I've taken the Rikishi bomb from the top rope. The late, great Yokozuna, who is cousins with Rikishi, in a tag team match with Jake the Snake Roberts against myself and Jimmy Anvil Neidhart, he dropped a big 660-pound leg across my neck and almost decapitated me. And then Jake the Snake had the nerve to throw an 18-foot So right now, I would have to say my arch enemy is World Wrestling Federation superstar Rikishi, and I will see him in the Independence. I will see him again, and I will kick his big fat ass. Sorry about the swearing, but I think we can say ass on cable access, can't we? Ass, I said it again. I think we can say it. What else do you got for me here, guys? The clock is running. I'm here for you guys. You plucked down the money. I'm here now.
I got another question.
Kick his ass.
No, you make it good.
Okay, that's what she said.
So, now a man like yourself, you wouldn't get hurt that much because you beat up everyone in the ring.
Right. Well, I'm going to stop you right there. Are you saying that professional wrestling is fake? Is that what you're saying? You know that I was a former bounty hunter for Dr. D. David Schultz. Does anybody remember 2020? Does anybody remember the news reporter John Stossel? Does anybody remember what happened to John Stossel on 2020 when he asked Dr. Schultz if wrestling was fake? Is that what you're asking me? Do you want a repeat performance of 2020? And let's talk about fake. I've broken both ankles in 3 places and tore all the ligaments and all the tendons. I have tears in both knees. I've had surgery on both shoulders. I've had abdominal surgery. I've had 3 concussions. You tell me how fake professional wrestling is. You tell me I've broken the 3rd vertebrae in the lower lumbar region. I don't know if you went to pre-med, but I did. And those are the injuries that I've incurred in the professional wrestling business. I've been hit with cookie sheets, garbage pails, barbed wire, thumbtacks, fire. Shut up, kid. I'm not going to tell you again.
I'm not kicking that.
We'll have no comments from the peanut gallery. Anyway, Sports Fire, 5 years. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It's not a bad show. You guys got some good representatives on here. But now, you're in the big time. So let's see what else you have for Big Daddy. You got one? Where's your fiance? Let me ask her. Does he have one? Okay. I just wanted to verify that.
Okay, now, since Vince McMahon, being the, as you should say, media genius and entrepreneur of World Wrestling Federation Entertainment, bought World Championship Wrestling, bought Extreme Championship Wrestling, and I have heard that I've seen you backstage at Raw or SmackDown. Do you think he'll offer the contract to you and finally bring Big Daddy where he belongs on national television?
That's a good question. But I've already been on national TV. I've been on CNN, Jerry Springer. We already went through this in front of 6 million people. I've already been on pay-per-view, the Heroes of Wrestling pay-per-view with Yokozuna and Jimmy Angle Neidhart. I've already been on national TV. If I don't ever make it anywhere further than I would where I've already been, that's good enough for me. I'm not in this to make friends, to become famous. I'm in this because I love the business. I went to school for professional wrestling like you see on MTV Tough Enough. I did that back in 1985. I've been around the way. I've retired and come back more times than, say, Terry Funk has. And this is my last go-round. I know I look like I'm 25, but I'm pushing 40. Okay? I didn't want to tell anybody out there and give away my age. But I'm competing with guys that are half my age, that have stomach muscles from their eyebrows to their knees. They train every day. Professional wrestling, you have a better chance of signing on with the NBA or Major League Baseball or the NFL than signing a contract in professional wrestling. Vince McMahon is a genius. He has monopolized the business. He bought everything. There's a lot of stars out there like Goldberg and Jeff Jarrett and Buck Bagwell and Lex Luger and Macho Man Savage that aren't even wrestling right now. They're doing the independents, which is what I do, which is the backbone of this business. Anytime you see a professional wrestler and you wonder where he came from or where this guy come from, what kind of reputation does he have, he came from the independents. Anytime you don't see one of the veterans, and you say, geez, where did this guy go? I wonder where he is. Greg Valentine, George the Animal Steel, those guys. They're doing the independents. They're making money. That's what it's all about. Everyone thinks of professional wrestling, they think of the World Wrestling Federation, and that's all they know. There's a whole other world of professional wrestling out there. There's independent groups. There's 500 of them throughout the country. There's one here in Connecticut called Assault Championship Wrestling. You see, there's some fans here from that. Jason Knight has the House of Pain Professional Wrestling Dojo up in Watertown. If you want to become a professional wrestler, there's a lot going on in the world of professional wrestling besides the World Wrestling Federation. Pay attention when I'm talking to you, son. Are you yawning? No, you aren't. So what else do you have for the Guardian of Chaos? Hey, did anyone ever tell you you look like a smaller version of John Candy? John Candy? Not for nothing, you could also pass for John Madden. It's a compliment, son. It's a compliment. What are you, an owl? Who? What else do you have for me? I want to hear something from this side of the room. You know, when the Ravens guy was up here, the Ninjas guy was up here, you guys had 100 questions. Now professional wrestlers up here, you don't want to know nothing. Are you scared, son? Are you scared? You look scared. You better be scared.
Just for people who don't know, when you started in the professional wrestling business, you just held all the views out there